So, good day everyone. Our topic today is all about the general principles and ethics of effective communication. So, first of all, I am Nicolo Alfonso, the first discussant of our topic. So, I will be discussing the general principles of effective communication. So, since communication is a two-way process, it is very important for us to know the rules or to follow the rules in effective communication. So, first is know your purpose and communicating. So, we should know our goal. What are we trying to do? Are we trying to inform, to persuade, or to entertain, or convince someone man lang? So we should have a main reason in communicating. So second is know your audience. So who are we trying to talk to? We should think about their age, their education, their background, and also their culture. This will help us choose the right words and the right style in communicating. The third one is know your topic. So we should communicate because we want to share something. We should make sure that we know what we are talking about. Dili ta dapat nonsense communicate. So the fourth one is adjust your speech or writing in the context of the situation. So we should know or we should adjust the situation or the environment where are we communicating or where are we speaking or writing, because speaking and writing really matters. So we should use the language we should use the language that fits within that situation. Like for example, makig-talk tayo sa mga adults. So dapat we should deliver our speech like kanang fit in that adults. Dili ta makig-talk like for example, mga bata sila. So dapat it is fit in this situation. So the fifth one is work on the feedback given to you. So we should listen to feedback. We should pay attention to comments from the listeners and also the readers. So we should learn from criticism and use it to improve. Kaya namang good tayo mga nahibalan nga wala nakabalo ang mga learners or mga readers. And ako yung nahibala ato mga readers and learners or listeners nga wala pa nakabalo. So it is very important for us to follow these rules for us to have an effective communication. That's all. Thank you.
There are 5 principles of oral communication. First, be clear about your purpose. Before you begin speaking, you must have a well-defined objective for your communication. Knowing your purpose ensures that your message is focused and that you can effectively guide your audience towards understanding and potentially acting upon your intended outcome. Second, we have be complete with the message you deliver. So, provide all necessary facts and essential information to support your claims and ensure your audience has a full understanding of the topic. So, incomplete information can lead to misunderstandings or a lack of credibility. Third, be concise. Avoid unnecessary words or overly elaborate statements. Brevity in speech is crucial for maintaining audience and ensuring your message is delivered efficiently and clearly without losing its impact. Fourth, we have be natural with your delivery. So speak in a manner that feels authentic to you. Use appropriate gestures or movements to emphasize and convey emotion. So lastly, we have be specific and timely with your feedback. When providing feedback, ensure it is precise and directly addresses the relevant points.
Hello guys, I am Nova Jane Alaman, the third reporter of this group, and I'm going to discuss about the principle of effective written communication, which is the 7 C's: the clear, concise, concrete, correct, coherent, complete, and the last, which is the courteous. So first, we have be clear. So clarity is very important. Your message should be easy to understand. How to do it? Like know what you want to say before you start writing. Then use simple words, avoid jargons and technical terms so that your readers would understand. And the last, you can use logical order so that your message or writings is clear. Then second, we have be concise. So get to the point quickly. Like eliminate those redundant words and phrases. Also stick to your main point. Don't go off on tangents. Like don't go to other topic. Just focus on what you've tackled about. And then the third, be concrete. So back up what you say with facts and evidence. So like give examples or provide numbers and stats if they help. And also ensure your claims are substantiated, meaning provide claims, provide evidence to support or prove your claim. Then also the fourth, be correct. So make sure your grammar is correct and your spelling is right. So like if diligent judges, read it carefully, and you can use tools in the internet, and also like you can ask somebody else to read it over your work. So the fifth, we have be coherent. So your writings should make sense or flow well. Like connect your ideas smoothly. Like you can also use words like and, but, and so to link your thoughts, and just keep it a consistent style. Number six, be complete. So give all the information people need. So think what your audience needs to know. Then you can also give background info and cover all the main points. So the last, be courteous. So be nice and respectful on what words you use. Then like use polite words, avoid or don't use anything mean or rude words. Then also the last, think about how your audience will feel. So, and that's all. Effective reading is very important for us, for schools and works. So these 7 C's are like a checklist to make sure our writings is clear and get to our point across. So that's all.
So, I am the fourth reporter. My name is Angela Esbaha, and I will be discussing the ethics of communication. So, ethics communication is the notion that people's behavior are governed by their morals, which in returns affect communication. So, ethics is the moral principles and values that guide how individuals or organizations interact and convey information to each others. It involves being honest, transparent, respectful, and responsible in all forms of communication, whether verbal or nonverbal, written or visual. So, and in ethics of communication, this includes interpersonal communication, mass-mediated communication, digital communication. So, let's tackle first the interpersonal communication. So, interpersonal communication is the process of exchanging information, ideas, thoughts, and feelings between two or more people through verbal and nonverbal messages. It involves face-to-face interaction where individuals engage the reciprocal exchange of information, creating a shared understanding. So, interpersonal is mao ni siya ang mag-exchange mo og information through face-to-face, mag-face-to-face jud mo, like example is ka nang mag-checka mo sa imong friends inana. So mao na siya interpersonal. And the second is the mass-mediated communication. So mass-mediated communication is the process of creating, sending, and receiving and analyzing messages through media channels to large audience. This type of communications involves the use of technology such as television, radio, newspaper, or magazine magazine and fields to convey information to a widespread audience. So, sa ato ang karon ang best example for this is kana bitong mga announcements sa social media, kana yung magkuha na siya sa social media, social media jud sa like mga kana na guys, the TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, or even Facebook, kana siya diha ka makakuan og mass mediated communication. And the third one is the digital communication. Digital communication is the process of creating, sending, and receiving and analyzing messages to digital technologies such as computers, smartphones, and the internet. So, halos pare-parehas kani sila sa mass mediated. But the difference is kani siya kay mag-use ni siya computers, kana bitang mag-control siya internet, computers, cellphones, or unsa pa na diha laptop, basta nagkuan siya og gadget. But sa mass mediated is ano siya kanang na siya yung newspaper, kaning digital wala siya yung newspaper or even magazine, wala siya ana. And then the next is sa ethics of communication na siya the National Communication Association provides this official statement of emphasize the importance of ethics and communication. So, the National Communication Association, or NCA, is a prominent professional organization in the field of communication studies. So, the CNA aims to promote research, teaching, and practice in the communication discipline. And NCA has a membership and community. CNA membership comprises over 5,000 scholars, educators, and professionals from diverse backgrounds. And the next is we have ethical communication. So ethical communication is the fundamental to responsible thinking, decision making, and the development of relationship and communities within the across context, cultural channels, and media. So, ethical communication is the practice to convey information in the way that is honest, respectful, and responsible. It involves considering potential impact of your words and actions on others, and being mindful of the ethical principles that guide your communication. So, nani siya key principles of ethical communication is being honest, respectful, being having an empathy, responsible, and fairness. So, mao na siya ang ethics of communication.
Good day everyone, I'm RJ Jizali. I'm the fifth reporter and I'll be the one to discuss about the topic of communication ethics. Communication ethics is not just for individuals, but also for businesses and companies. If a business communicates unethically, like hiding problems or not being honest about the product, it can harm people, environment, and even the company reputation. On the other hand, if the business communicates ethically and is transparent and informs everyone right away about the issue or any problem, and by that, people will see that the company is responsible and trustworthy. Imagine a water bottle company discovers that one of their products got contaminated. If they communicate unethically and hide the problems, the people who drink it could get sick. And once the public find out, the company's reputation will be destroyed. Sales will drop, and worse, they could face legal cases. And if they communicate ethically and immediately inform customers, recall the products, and fix the issues, people will see that the company is honest and cares about safety. Even if it's a mistake, customers will still trust them because they were transparent. Being transparent builds trust and shows that the company is responsible and trustworthy. That's all about of communication ethics. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am Danielle Tibation, and I am the sixth reporter. So now I will be the one to discuss to you guys my assigned topic, which is the 10 Basics of Ethical Communication by Johnson 2015. So, what is ethical? So, ethical simply means being respectful, being fair, and knowing your mistakes. So, knowing the 10 basics of ethical communication is really crucial because it turns normal conversations into meaningful ones. So, the first one is to seek to elicit the best in communication and interactions with other group members. This means that you need to bring out the most positive response as much as possible. So say for example, if the teacher assigned the students or you students to have a group work or a group activity, and you have a one member who shared an opinion or who just started talking nonsense, no, kanang without any substance bitaw ang iyang istorya. So instead of saying bad to that person, you should try to say the most positive response as much as possible to avoid conflict and misunderstanding. So the second is to listen when others speak. Say for example, when the teacher is speaking in front of the class, discussing her lessons, or there is a reporter. So you should always listen attentively, listen carefully, because it simply shows respect. So there are ways to know if the audience or the listeners are really listening. So it could be through body language, if they are nodding, if they are maintaining an eye contact, or if they are taking down notes. So third is to speak non-judgmentally. So we should learn to be not judgmental, not to someone we are communicating with. So say for example, if their accent is different or the way how they pronounce the words is that correct? So we should correct them in an accurate way or in a way that they won't feel offended. So the fourth one is to speak from your own experience and perspective. So this means that we need to use the singular pronoun I. So we should not use the we. So we need to use the I. We need to state our opinions and feelings from our own perspective. Say for example, if the teacher is going to ask after her discussion any questions or clarifications regarding our topic, so try saying, I don't have any questions, ma'am, regarding the topic, instead of saying we don't have questions on your topic. So last is to seek to understand others. So this means that we need to put our feet on other people's shoes. We should learn how to be empathetic when communicating, and because in that way we will be able to create a meaningful conversation.
Number 6, avoid speaking for others. Do not characterize what others have said, and do not assume that others share your opinions, beliefs, values, and conclusions, because that can lead to misunderstanding and inaccurate representation and disrespect for individuals' perspective. So number 7, manage your own personal boundaries. Share only what you are comfortable sharing. So managing our personal boundaries is about self-regret and self-preservation. to ensure that we maintain control over our own life and build healthier and more sustainable relationships. So, number 8. So, respect the personal boundaries of others. So, we need to acknowledge their limits and prepares about how they want to be treated rather. So now let's proceed to number 9. Avoid interrupting a conversation. To show respect for the speakers and promotes like effective communication. And for the last number, so make sure that everyone has time to speak and to all members have equal airtime if they want it to sana para makuan siya para fair, then inclusive and productive ang discussions or ang atong discussions.